Now we'll begin. Good evening. You ready?
KWES ready to record?
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jacqueline Sustaita, President of the Weslaco ISD School Board of Trustees. This regular board meeting is being conducted in compliance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Notice of this meeting has been posted online for at least 72 hours. A recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date and is live on YouTube also. The time is now 5:41 p.m. and I'll call this meeting to order. I'll now begin the roll call. Trustee Rodriguez?
Present.
Trustee Cuellar?
Present.
Trustee Castillo?
Present.
Trustee Trevino?
Present.
Trustee Nieto? Trustee De Los Santos?
Present.
Okay, let the record show that a quorum of board members is in attendance. We'll move on to item number 3, the invocation.
If you would be so kind to bow your heads, gentlemen, if you could remove your caps just in reverence to the Lord. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, our Lord Jesus Christ, how great and mighty you are. We honor and magnify your holy name. Thank you for the gift of life, health, family, friends, strength, and physical ability to work to provide for our families. Thank you for the blessing of being part of this amazing district. Thank you for your faithfulness and protection over the lives of our students, staff, and families. Father, as is always our petition, we ask you to continue to bless and grant greater wisdom to our Superintendent, Dr. Richard Rivera, and our board. There is abundant blessing and joy in serving others wholeheartedly and expecting nothing in return. Lord, may your will be done in our board meetings. Help us to maintain integrity in what you have left in our care. Your word declares that everything we do, whether in word or action, let it be done unto you. As we begin another school year, pour over our administrators, staff, and teachers wisdom, integrity, patience, and the physical and mental strength to begin this year strong. Help us to make every day count. Above all, bless our students with divine protection, physical and mental health, and providence. Guard their hearts and minds. There is gratitude in our hearts for all that you have done, are doing, and will do in the days to come. May the 24-25 school year be the greatest that WISD has ever experienced. We ask you all this in your precious, glorious, and mighty name of Jesus. And everyone says, Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Trevino. Item number 4, the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge.
Good evening. At this time, we'd ask everyone to please stand, remove their headwear, place their right hand over their heart for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, we'd remain standing with our right hand over their heart and face the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Mr. Buttimer. Item number 5, awards and recognitions.
Yes, good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Rivera. Tonight, we would like to honor 2 individuals who received the highest level of recognition at the state level. If we can please have the head coach of the Weslaco Lady Panthers step up, and their pitcher, Madeline Cantu, step up to the front, please. The Bluebell Texas Sports Writers Association All-State is an annual selection of high school athletes in various sports, including baseball, softball, and football. These All-State teams are recognized by sports writers and editors from across the state of Texas who are committed to promoting the accomplishments of student athletes. TSWA selects players based on nominations from coaches and media members and then votes on these nominees. State softball champion Weslaco High School Lady Panthers earned both top individual honors in 6A with the pitcher Madeline Cantu earning Player of the Year honors and first team pitcher. Give a round of applause. And Mario Rodriguez was named the state's Coach of the Year. So yes, a round of applause and a standing ovation for them. Congratulations once again. The 6A Bluebell TSWA All-State Softball Team member, Madeline Cantu, first team pitcher and Player of the Year for the state of Texas. 6A Bluebell TSWA All-State Softball Team member, Texas Coach of the Year, Mario Rodriguez. How about another round of applause? Congratulations. I know Maddie's parents are here, so they can please stand and be recognized. Cantus. Congratulations. Up next, we'd like to honor some of our academic students who achieved some high honors. How about a big hand as they enter the room? Come on, you can line up right here. How about we give them another round of applause? These are students from Weslaco East and Weslaco High School. Tonight, we honor several high school students who recently received academic recognition from the College Board's Advanced Placement Program for their exceptional achievement on the AP exams. Our students enrolled in college-level courses while still in high school to earn college credit, advanced placement, or both. A small percentage of the millions of students worldwide who took the AP exams performed at a sufficiently high level to earn AP Scholar Awards. So here with us tonight are AP scholars from Weslaco East and Weslaco High School. How about we give them a round of applause? And if their parents are here, can they please stand and be recognized? Parents? All right, if we can please take a photo with the board members and Dr. De Vera. All right, once again, congratulations, AP scholars. So up next, we have some art teachers that we'd like to recognize, some members from the art department, some teachers. If you're here, can you please stand and come to the front of the room, please, so we can recognize you? We have some of our art teachers here. How about we give them a round of applause as they come to the front? All right. So Weslaco ISD was recently selected as a 2024 District of Distinction from the Texas Art Education Association, or TAEA. This year, only 94 districts received the distinction out of 1,200 that were eligible to apply. Weslaco ISD received this honor for providing a well-rounded education that advocates and integrates visual arts communication curriculum to inspire creativity and build social-emotional learning that connects learners to their community and beyond. Weslaco ISD submitted documentation and met the 14-point rubric over the 2023-2024 school year. Only 94 districts met the high standard and will receive the outstanding honor, indicating they are in the top 5.5% in art education from districts across the state. How about a big hand tonight and congratulate our district art teachers. Congratulations also to Mr. Fernandez, our fine arts director, and all of our teachers. Now let's take a photo. How about another round of applause? All right, we have some very important band members who are going to be leading our bands this year from Weslaco East and Weslaco High School. Can you all please stand and come to the front of the room? Thank you. How about a big hand for our drum majors from the Panther Corps and the Wildcat Regiment. Thank you for being here tonight. I know it's a long day. They wake up early in the morning for their practices, and they'll do it again tomorrow. So very soon, the next group of students will lead our high school bands onto the football field and help deliver an outstanding performance. Tonight, we want to honor our drum majors who are in command of our beloved Wildcat Regiment and Panther Corps. Through a rigorous and audition process, these students were selected on the basis of conducting and marching technique, and we extend our congratulations. As drum majors, they must balance the responsibilities of rehearsing, communicating with staff and students, and managing time between school, band, and other activities that they are involved in. They play a vital role in the marching band's success, and these students clearly demonstrate effective communication, team leadership, and critical thinking skills when dealing with their performances and fellow band members. Leading the Wildcat Regiment are assistant drum majors Mia Garcia and Edie Lopez. And head drum major for the Wildcat Regiment is Marlene Montemayor. Leading the Panther Corps, assistant drum majors are Kristen Rodriguez and Sofia Hernandez. And the head drum major is Alexia Tirado. If their parents are here, could they please stand and be recognized? Parents. Once again, we wanted to recognize you tonight. We know it's a lot of hard work, and you guys are going to do a fantastic job on Friday nights and during Pigskin. Congratulations.
I just have to say, way to go, ladies.
That concludes our awards and recognitions. We have proclamation next.
Okay. Congratulations to all the students and the teachers. That is amazing to see all the success that we're having here at Weslaco ISD. Good job, everybody. So next we have the proclamation. The proclamation is for the National Suicide Prevention Month and the National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So I, Jacqueline Sustaita, President of the Weslaco Independent School District Board of Trustees, do hereby proclaim September 2024 as the National Suicide Prevention Month and the National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. We also proclaim in September 2024 National Security Officer Appreciation Week, which is from September 16 to 20. Weslaco ISD urges all citizens to recognize with appreciation our district's commitment to education and helping our children achieve their highest potential. So, can I have a round of applause for anybody who is an officer, national security officer, security guards, and all our counselors who help out with the emotional and social health of our children. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to item number 7, public comments.
We have one.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Just want to say thank you for being here, State Representative Mando Martinez, so we can just give him a round of applause. He's here today to join us.
Always an honor and a privilege to be in this great school district. I can tell you I'm a proud product of public schools and a product of Weslaco Independent School District, so thank you.
Thank you for being here. Before you begin, really quickly, because I have to do my job and read this to you before you begin, can you please again state your name?
Armando Martinez,
Thank you. Address?
914 West Pike Boulevard.
Okay, I'm going to read this paragraph really quickly. You have 3 to 5 minutes. Pursuant to the Texas Open Meeting Act, the Board of Trustees may not deliberate on any comment made by a member of the public on a subject that is not included on the agenda posted with notice of this meeting. As per the Texas Attorney General, the scope of board discussion for a subject not part of the meeting agenda is limited to only a proposal by a board member to place a subject on a future board agenda. Specific factual information or recitation of existing policy may be furnished in response to inquiries, but the board shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is not included on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. Audience participation at a board meeting is limited to the portion of the meeting designated for that purpose. At all other times during a board meeting, the audience shall not enter into discussion or debate on matters being considered by the board unless recognized by the presiding officer. No public comment presentation shall exceed 3 minutes. Any disruptive behavior by any speaker may result in the speaker's removal from participation in the meeting. Please be mindful of using names or personally identifiable information, as there is no immunity from defamatory comments while participating in public comments. Now you can begin.
Thank you, Madam President, and what an honor once again. But I can tell you, just by seeing all the awards and accolades by our students here in Weslaco, we got to hand it to you all as the board, all of our principals, our teachers, our faculty and staff for producing a great product. And that's why I say I'm a proud product, not only of Weslaco Independent School District, but of public schools. And with that said, not only do we produce wonderful students and great members of society, but we also produce state champions. And that is the reason I am here this evening. So I want to say that, and I hope I'm not out of line on public comment, but I want to say that I think it was very fitting that I saw Coach Rodriguez walking in. We saw Ms. Cantu here, and we also see Coach Hinojosa here. And I'd like them to come up because I want to do a special presentation. We did this at the Weslaco Elks Lodge, and not all of our school board members were there because everybody was busy doing other things. But I had promised Coach Nieto, I had promised Dr. Rodriguez that we were going to give them the same presentation, and also Ms. Morales is here. So if they could all please join me, we had a resolution made in honor of our 6A state champion, Lady Softball Panthers. And with that, we also flew a flag for each and every one of them. We've given the resolution to Ms. Morales and Weslaco High School, and I wanted to give this resolution to the school district also with a flag that we will be presenting to Dr. Rivera, our President Sustaita, of course, Coach Nieto, Coach Rodriguez, or Dr. Rodriguez, Coach Cuellar, Trustee Castillo, Trustee Trevino, and Trustee de los Santos. So we have a flag here that we flew, and the resolution reads as follows. Whereas the Weslaco High School softball team capped a storybook year by winning the 2024 University Interscholastic League 6A State Championship. And whereas Weslaco's journey to the crown began with a stellar performance during the regular season, the team continued to excel in the playoffs, dispatching Mission, Holmes, La Jolla, Lake Travis, and Brennan High Schools to reach the semifinals there where Weslaco East, or Weslaco edged Denton Guyer High School 5-3 in 13 innings in a marathon, and also pitched by Miss Madeline Cantu. Whereas on June 1st, the Panthers battled Waco Midway High School for the championship, trailing by 6 runs going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Weslaco staged a thrilling comeback to cut the deficit to 9-7. Then, with a bases loaded, the Panthers delivered the epic walk-off grand slam to triumph by the final score of 11-9 with a win, and Weslaco became the first team from the Rio Grande Valley to claim a state championship and softball title. And whereas the Panthers were paced by championship game MVP Andrea Ortiz, who hit the winning home run, she was joined on the 6A all-tournament team by Madeline Cantu, Mia Rodriguez, Deila Hinojosa. Weslaco also received valuable contributions from the other members of the roster, Lola Reyes, Emma Galvan, Daisy Hinojosa, Calissa Isaguirre, Hannah Montelongo, Romy Nunez, Roberta Rodriguez, Miranda Pantelon, Alexis Solis, Sofia Mejia, Clarissa Mejia, Kyra Sosa, guided by head coach Mario Rodriguez, and assistant coaches Daniel Hinojosa, Cruz Morales, David Ortiz, Rebecca Reina, and Rolando Rodriguez. Vital support was provided by manager Abraham Garces and district superintendent Dr. Richard Rivera, principal Yvette Morales, athletic director Desi Rodriguez, and the athletic coordinator Roy Stroman. Whereas with their exceptional ability and unwavering commitment to excellence, the Weslaco Panthers proved themselves as a premier 6A team in Texas, and they are a source of tremendous pride, and their school and community is always proud of them. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Weslaco High School softball team be congratulated on winning the 2024 UIL 6A State Championship, and that the players, coaches, staff, and the school district be extended sincere best wishes for the continued success, signed by your state representative, Armando Mando Martinez of District 39. What an honor. And if we may, please hold your flags.
Madam Board President, if I may take a point of personal privilege and just thank State Representative Martinez for what he did today. It's such an honor. Thank you for honoring our students. Thank you for giving us this flag as well. I mean, it's awesome. Thank you for all you do for your district. Thank you for all you do for our school district. And I speak for myself, and I'm proud to have you as our state rep.
Thank you. Ms. Morales?
If I may add, as soon as the team finished celebrating, within maybe 30 minutes or so, Ms. Martinez came and he said, we're opening up the Capitol for the girls. We want to take a picture out here. So we want to say a big
Nice.
thank you.
That's awesome.
So nice. Awesome. Thank you. That voice, though, like a sports commentator. Wow, that was nice. All right, very nice. We'll move on to item number 8, the superintendent's report.
Yes, thank you. The first slide, I have the enrollment and the ADA. And for 23-24, in September of 23, the enrollment was 16,301. In May, we finished on 16,339, a slight growth. And right now, the current numbers are 16,427. So again, I appreciate the parents and their families for signing up the students, and we're off to a very good year, and I will let you know Monday the exact numbers. But so far, so good. On Part B, as I mentioned before, the ADA was based on 14,000 through hard work with all staff members. The final enrollment ADA with SASE was 14,522. As a result, was $4.4 million more for the district. For this year, we set it up a little bit higher. The budget now is based on 14,500. The additional revenues that are part of the budget right now would be about $4.2 million more. Any figure over 14,500 will increase the additional monies to the district. So again, it's a challenging year, and I know our schools will come through. On page 2, last month I showed you the fund balance. This one has the updated costs. And the audit showed that we had in the fund balance $62 million. By TA requires a 3-month reserve, which is $42 million. So we had $20 million of additional monies to go ahead and do some projects. And this is what we did. The stadium LED light upgrades, those are done, and they're ready to go for the first football game. We're working on sensory rooms. We have 3 new school buses, some maintenance vehicles. We have portable AC units, ongoing the baseball and softball turfs at both high schools, some electric gates at the elementary campuses, extracurricular needs, the portable hydration system and heavy-duty tents for the for the band students, district-wide furniture, and number 10, this is the one that cost us a lot of money. It was not budgeted. It came from fund balance, and the original budget that was amount was 6.3. As you're aware, it increased to 16 million, but at the last meeting we approved the 3 schools for 11.5. So 11.5 is a big amount to take from fund balance, but it was needed. So this is the cost now for those 3 projects. It'll be finished in about a year. So we did spend 14 of the 20 million, but on D, there's new monies coming in on the reduction of payroll cost by hiring new staff to replace retiring staff, and monies that we have that remain from the 24. In addition to this, we have the interest. When you have $62 million in a fund balance, we have a lot of interest coming in, so it'll be at least 3 million, possibly more, possibly 4 million added to the fund balance for the new year. Most districts use the fund balance to balance their budget. We use the fund balance to go ahead and get additional capital improvements. So a healthy fund balance, 3 months reserve that we don't use, and again, a lot of projects that we will cover through our fund balance. On page 4, this is the status. Every month I report this, where we are. This is the non-bond and other. The stadium LED lighting is complete, should be ready for the first football game. The exterior painting of the press box will be in August. The Weslaco East High School Stadium scoreboard, also August. The stadium chairlift in August. The Aquatic Center pool upgrades, HVAC, also in August. The billboard digital conversion will be in October. The district fuel station tanks in March. The exterior door replacement, safety standards in March. The vestibules to the Grant, Memorial, Silva, and Gonzalez should be ready this March. Playground equipment and canopy in April. To the right, the basketball goals will be ready in April. The electric gates, phase 1 in June. The fencing project through the Grant in July. I mentioned the upgrades to Memorial, North Bridge, and Airport will be in August. So we have 1 year to get these ready. The security window film pending. The fire alarm conversion in June. The additional 4 buses, the activity buses, should be beautiful. We'll have these in August and October. And we're also working on our Panther Wildcat Field to have a new turf in there by August of 25. So these are the 24, 25 non-bond, the construction projects. On page 5, this is the phase 1 of the bond election. The turf at East will be in August. The band towers in November. The baseball, softball fields, the turfs, and 4 new scoreboards in January. The tennis courts at Weslaco High in March. The demolition of the central gym in March. The running tracks for all 4 middle schools this coming March. The light upgrades for the Susan Peterson Arts Center in April. To the right, the roofing of Kleckler, Held, and Rico in July. The roofing and building envelope at Garza and Sepulveda Gym in September. The vestibules for Weslaco East and B. Garza. B. Garza is in May, and Weslaco East is on 10/25. The district-wide HVAC controls in April. The HVAC at B. Garza and Weslaco High in March. Pirabrigo Ag Facility, the new one, in March. The restroom improvements in Margo and B. Garza in December. So these are the bond projects, the phase 1, the ones the board already approved. The next page has the phase 2 projects that we're starting in 25 and 26. We're doing the roofing at Central, Margo, and Mary Hogue, the HVAC at Weslaco East, Central, Mary Hogue, restroom improvements, Memorial and North Bridge, vestibules at Central, Airport, Northbridge, Collector Hill, Rico, Mary Hogue, Weslaco High, and Kate. The fine art expansions at Cuyahoga and Mary Hogue. To the right, the running tracks at Weslaco East High School. The fire alarm upgrades in Margot and Central. Cafeteria improvements, Rico and Collector Hill. The drainage improvements, Memorial and CTE Complex. The field house remodeling at Central and Cuyahoga. Again, this is phase 2. The board will select engineers and architects sometime this school year as we start. Phase 3, the remaining proposition A, B, and C, we're going to go ahead and start as a phase 3. We're going to hire a watchdog beginning in September to help us with these projects, and we're still looking at the construction manager. So these are the construction phases of the phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. On page 7, this is the update on the self-funded health insurance. Comparing 23 and 24, you can see the claims, you can see the RX, the fixed cost, and the total. So bottom line, we budgeted 20 million, and right now what we have remaining is 1.6 million, but every month the average is 1.6. So more than likely, when I report next month, there'll be a zero fund balance. In other words, the budget was 20 million, and we spent 20 million. So this is the self-funded health insurance. And we start on this one, on the brand new, it ends on August the 31st, and we start new September the 1st. On page 8, this is a self-funded workers' comp. And the number of claims, you can see 23 and 24. So we had this past year, we had fewer claims. We budgeted 460, and you can see that as of the reserves, 11,000. So in other words, we budgeted 460, and we spent 460. So it is a balanced budget. We do have a little in our fund balance, almost $200,000. And again, we are self-funded. If we were to go on a fully funded plan, it would cost us a lot more money. So we feel comfortable staying with the self-funded workers' comp. On page 9, we're required by law to report any intruder auto detection findings, and we had one. We had one during the year, and it has been corrected. It was reported, and it was corrected, and the findings were again that it has been corrected. So I have to report to the board, the TEA, if we have any doors that are not on the intruder audit that's not done correctly, we have to report it. On page 10, as the board is aware, we started a new dropout recovery program, partnership with Region 1, and this is for students ages 18 to 26, students who then graduate. Again, it's at Roosevelt, and the ones who attend get the ADA, and classes begin on Monday, and we're very excited with this new program because we're going to service boys and girls that dropped out of school, and now with a second chance to go back and get their diplomas, and also hopefully with passing the courses to be with some program that they can work at after they finish high school. On page 11, the state has put a TRO that we could not report the final ratings, but I still wanted to report them. And even though they're not official yet, but we feel they're pretty much accurate. And I'd like to report the 24 and 23. Airport went from a B to a C, but let me report here at airport, one student made the difference. One student that didn't pass, this is why, one more and it would have been a B. So this is why every student counts, it makes a difference. So from a B to a C, Collector Hill, B to a B. Gonzalez went from an A to a B. Margot from a B to a C. Memorial A to A, stayed an A. Northbridge from a C to a B. Rico from a C to a B. Sam Houston, B and a B. Silva from a C to a D. Ibarra from a C to a C. Let me just report that Sam Houston and Raul Gonzalez were very near the A. They had a score of 89. So we almost had 2 more A's for 24. And again, as I mentioned to the board, we want to hire some academic consultants to help with the schools and need of improvement. So again, very, very proud of these schools. There was some hard work that was done, but the challenge again is to go ahead and improve and go from a B to an A, from a C to a B, and have more A's to report next year. On page 12, these are the secondary schools. B. Garza stayed B to a B. Central went from a B to an A. Cuellar went from a C to a D. Mary Hogue, a D to a C. South Palm Gardens stayed with A and an A. Weslaco East, B and B. Weslaco High, B and B. The district, 83. Last year, 82 to 83, went up 1 point. Again, let me say on Armando Cuellar that on the formula, they have to have certain domains. So the highest score they could have gotten, even though they scored good on 3 domains, was a 69. This is why they got the D. So Armando Cuellar was almost a C. On part C, based on ACT, SAT testers, Weslaco High School was near an A with an 88. And again, we're going to hire consultants to assist us in the schools that need improvement. This is my report, board members. Are there any questions on any of these slides?
Any questions? Start with Trustee Rodriguez.
No, I have none. Thank you for the report, Dr. Rivera. I know we got a first school year and fresh start for everybody. I know there's a lot of plans in place, and thank you for all the hard work for all the campuses.
Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Cuellar, any
Just
comments?
to acknowledge the effort by Dr. Rivera and his team on track, keeping, always on top of things to make sure that we're second to none. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Trustee Castillo?
Yeah, I have a couple of comments. Dr. Rivera, as always, thank you for the information and for reporting all the great things happening at Weslaco ISD. The budget numbers are just amazing, and that couldn't have happened without your diligence and the boards, not including me, but this board before me and before us putting in the work to save money and to put us in the position that we're in today. Doc, I have a question on speaking of money. At the elementaries, is it possible to look into potential cooled water, like fountains or something, for the kiddos when they're outside playing?
Okay, we'll take a look at it.
Okay, thank you, Doc. And then another one, Doc, for our band kids, I know last year we had not issues, but some questions with respect to canopies and areas for shade for them while they're practicing. I don't know if that's already been addressed or not, but if we could look into that, make sure they have canopies and water stations. Okay, they do already. Never mind.
We have tents.
Yeah,
for
you already
both.
do.
All right. Well, and then I can't read my handwriting on this other one. On the scores, Doc, awesome job to all the principals. I have a question. There's a way the AI scoring, right? That's one of the big deals. There's a way to request for a person to grade some of those tests, and kind of based on what we've seen, the law firm, whatever, during those studies that we've been doing for that lawsuit, we've seen that there's been an increase to 20 to 30% improvement when we request for those tests to get graded by a person. So that's the difference of letter grade. So if we could look into that.
Okay.
Some of these schools that are right on the bubble, that it might help them increase a little bit. Because
We will definitely look into that.
awesome. Thank you for that. And then those are all the questions and comments I have, Doc. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Castillo. Trustee Trevino?
No, thank you for the information.
Thank you.
Doctor.
Trustee Nieto, on the record, 6:18 PM, you walked in,
All
and
right.
you just walked in.
I didn't know it was
You
here.
know what's going on, if you want to make any comments?
Oh, definitely. First of all, I want to commend our fellow board members I missed the last couple of board meetings, but you guys have done an excellent job on the bump projects, the AC, just in general. So I want to commend all of you. And then on the scores, I was listening to the scores out in the back, and I want to commend the principals, just like fellow board member Mr. Castillo said. This past year was a difficult testing year, not only for Wesco, but for the whole state of Texas. And like Dr. Rivera said, a couple of schools, elementary schools, were almost Bs, and hopefully next year we'll have a couple of As and so forth. But also I want to commend memorial for doing an excellent job again, from A to A. So your staff, commend them for a very good job, and I want to commend Dr. Rivera and his staff also for following up. And I know they will continue to follow up to make sure that every school has the resources, has the teachers, and of course, we have the principals already that will do a very good job with all our staff. So congratulations, Dr. Rivera, and your staff, and of course, all the principals.
Thank you, Trustee Nieto. Trustee Dos Santos?
Yes, no, I'd just like to thank Dr. Rivera for all the information that he's provided, his executive staff and team, and then also all the campus administration as well for last year's performance. And also, one of the things I wanted to highlight also too was the incidents, the drop in incidents as well too. So there's a lot of great things happening as far as academics and the management of students and reducing incidents on campuses. So creating great, safe environments for our kids. And so I just want to thank you all and also wish you all a great year, 24-25. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I believe South Palm Garden received an A too.
Yes.
Correct? So congratulations, Tina, and your staff.
Hey, last year and this year too?
This year and last year, correct.
That's correct.
I was able to decipher my handwriting. Okay. It said A-rated campuses. So congratulations to Memorial, to Central, and to South Palm Gardens. Thank y'all for your hard work.
My fault too. Central also
Yeah.
received an A this
So-
year. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the principals and your staff. Please send them our thanks for the hard work. And to the high Bs, thank you. You guys are almost there, and whatever y'all need, I know Dr. Rivera is there for y'all, and we're there for y'all as well. So thank y'all for all your hard work, and
Thank you.
have a great year this year.
Thank you, Trustee Castillo. Doctor, I only have one question, and maybe it's a discrepancy on my paper, or am I not seeing correctly? You said that KWES went from a C to a D, but then I'm seeing on the final, it has a C next to them, C to C. Are they at a C? Okay, because on my slide here for LSG, it says final C.
It's a D.
Yes,
Almost a C.
It's a D, officially a D, however, their overall campus rating or score ended up being a 73, which was higher than last year. Because last year there was 71, or the previous year, right?
Okay,
The overall campus score ended up being a 73, but because out of the 3 domains in the 4 categories that they're given a domain score, 3 of them were Ds, right? That automatically sanctions KWES they can't report a C. The highest that they can report is a 69. So even though their overall campus rating was a 73 or score, the highest they can report because they got Ds in some of the domains is a 69.
okay, so then the information's wrong on, well, it's the next
Right,
slide for LSG.
right, yes.
You can look at it then. All right, thank you very much. And everything they said, ditto. So good job, everybody. All right, so that is all the discussion we have. Dr. Rivera, you're done with your report, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you very much. We'll move on to item number 9, discussion on the Lone Star Governance Board monitoring calendar for August 2024. And that is Ms. Solano, I believe?
Well, items A through F, it's on the screen, so open
Oh,
for
okay.
discussion. Anything on again, I think you already mentioned the scores already.
Yes.
Anything new on it?
The only, since we have the superintendent constraints also about the fights, and I'm sure Dos Santos mentioned already. I was looking at the data, and I know because our coach always says, you have to ask questions, look at the data, analyze. And I was looking at the data of the schools who have a higher number of fights that were reported, right? And I was looking at the scores, the ratings, and I started thinking, there's a correlation. Is there a correlation here between the culture and the academic performance? Does it affect, the way the kids perform with the fights going on and the not feeling safe? So I went online and I was looking through, of course I'm going through research, and I was looking at just things that have been studied about how kids learn when they're having trouble getting along with their peers at school. And I'm just gonna read it from here. It says, school bullying not only affected the academic performance of bullied students, but also can cause damage to all students learning through shaping the negative school climate. Therefore, while providing bullied students with timely support, the school should pay close attention to the often hidden bullying climate, right? Because it does affect the kids learning, not just the kids being bullied, but everybody. So my question is, what can we do to help, other than academic consulting, because yes, academics, but I think it really stems from the mental health of the kids. What's the plan?
Yes, so I know Dr. Sid and her team, especially this beginning of the year, have set up presentations. I know that she held a presentation for all administrators, or also to Mr. Perez and Dr. Cantu. Also meet regularly on a monthly basis with the discipline coordinators from the campuses. But I know Dr. Sid and her team are visiting campuses and providing those presentations and to provide their support. I know throughout the year they also have a team that serve as mentors to students as well, aside from all the services that they provide with the QR codes to ask for support or reach out, right, for support, whether it be from a counselor, an LPC, or a social worker. We've now expanded our parental specialists as well into the middle schools too, to have an extra support system at the middle schools. If you notice in our STAR performance, all middle schools actually made progress in their overall campus accountability scores, which we're proud of the middle schools, because for LSG, we were concerned always about the transition into sixth grade. And all 4 middle schools made academic progress. Central then coming out into an A as well. So I know that her team does an amazing job providing those supports, having the outreach for all students and making sure that through the trainings and the monthly meetings that they hold as a counseling team and then administrative as well, the administrators actually present on in their meetings, right, what is happening at their campus and what works for them as well.
Mr. Nieto?
Yes, especially with the freshmen, a lot of times when I was a middle school principal, I would submit a list of those students that were trouble students, especially freshman level, because if you see the data, the majority of the fights occur at the freshman level. So a lot of times if the high school principals and administration know the students that are coming from the middle schools, they create problems, they have attendance issues, that, whatever, and you have the counseling staff meet with them at the beginning of the year, and talk to them about expectations, talk to them about their behavior, then that will curtail the number of fights. Because most of the time, the fights happen at the freshman level.
Yes, most definitely. Great idea. Yes, and I know that the principals have been having their orientations, right, for those students who are transitioning. So that helps a lot too. And I know that the first week of school, they already have their presentations that are going to be presented to students too.
And that's what I was going to ask, because I know that we saw that drop, right? And like I said earlier, that you all have been doing a great job. And I know that somebody had presented last year, I think, or that they were going to come into this year, 23, 24, but talking to them as groups, as a whole, on expectations and things like that.
Yes.
So they contribute that to kind of seeing that drop in behavior and whatnot, addressing them like
Principals?
that?
Yes.
Yeah, they did a great job.
I think one of the things that can be noted, though, as we've had our middle schools increase, if you can recall, our middle schools had the input of knowing they needed to update their master schedules for 23, 24.
And when we started LSG.
And that's when we started. So you can
Last
see
year.
the academic growth was there.
For all 4.
So now we'll start to continue
Right.
this will pay us forward as you'll have students matriculating into the grade levels with double the amount of time in their core courses. So again, we've seen some growth here. We anticipate seeing more growth as we go forward.
And again, the schedule changes reduce the number of kids that are actually in the hallways all at the
Correct.
same time.
Correct.
I think one last thing that needs to really be noted on this is campuses have to report on Fridays each week of what has taken place in the building, being monitored very closely from the superintendent on level to our levels. So we know we are making interventions where we can. As we intervened more towards the end of the school year, you would have seen these numbers decreased as the year went on, right? So again, we were very proud of what we were able to do as we started to monitor it very closely. And again, Dr. Rivera isn't the one. He leads the report out when we get to it and we say, let's go over the campuses and let's intervene.
Right.
Go ahead.
One more point. I know Dr. Rivera always tells administration, tells people that you have to be visible. And, he always harps on that with principals. And the same thing, principals, you with administrative staff and your teachers should be out there monitoring and making sure that, when students are in the hallway and they see adults, that curtails any fights, So I think that's very important.
I know,
So,
I heard
Dr.
that-
Rivera?
That's exactly right.
At Weslaco East, I know you're going to be driving, rolling around in carts in the hallways and making sure you're visible and their presence is there in the hallways, and that's a great idea. And when we started LSG, it's about a year ago already, right? It's been about a year. And we said, these are the goals. We need to decrease the fights and increase the scores. it seemed like, man, that's going to be really tough. But having the plan to address those issues, I see now with this, with the numbers, that the plan of transitioning the kids from 5th grade to 6th grade and from 8th grade to 9th grade, do you think that made a difference where you see that those programs are working with these kids?
I think so, most definitely. Also, too, just the continuous monitoring. You know, Dr. Rivera shares with principals in his beginning of the year message, convocation and everything. It's about, you know, student-friendly, right, teacher-friendly, parent-friendly, but customer service, too. And I think just being vigilant, being there for students, knowing that, you know, you can reach out to anyone makes a big difference. The monitoring, the continuous sharing the message has made a difference. I think so, too.
That's good to hear. Something else that I wanted to point out in the research, it says here, another possibility that we see that sometimes academic performance isn't great is that teachers may be, and I'm not saying our teachers, but this is just research, is that teachers may be less effective in schools in which there are high levels of teasing and bullying because they spend more time on discipline. And I know as high school teachers and middle school teachers, sometimes, you know, those referrals are going out. Are we looking at the referrals, or where are they coming from? Is it from the same student? Is it from the same teacher? Are we looking into that data to see what we can do?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Yes, Dr. Rivera studies that weekly. We monitor it and align it to our PEAMS system, what's coming in through PEAMS, what Mr. Roger Perez and Dr. Cantu are picking up and reporting to Dr. Rivera, what the principals are reporting, and we call a meeting anytime it's needed.
And what's the plan in place when you notice that there's a pattern of, let's say, a teacher who has a lot of referrals or a student? What's the plan to, what do we do with them?
I think most importantly, what we first do is meet with the principal, right? And one of the things, Mr. Perez is very actively engaged at all the campuses, right? Making sure that discipline is low, especially in our CAPE programs, right? I think that has helped tremendously, right? Moving our DAP program into the campuses has helped tremendously, right? And will always be for academics as well, right? But I think more than anything, the principal intervenes with the data right away, right, and their teachers, and provides the support needed.
Thank you so much. I didn't get to read another article, but it says something about how when kids are in physical education or even in the arts and they're just involved in extracurriculars, like the coaches become their mentors, right? And they're encouraging them a lot. There's fine arts teachers, all these extracurriculars. So really just also I would love, you guys do a great job already. You know, you go on Facebook or TikTok and there's all these videos about all the great things that Weslaco ISD is doing. And I think that that's really awesome. You guys are doing a great job. Mr. Robledo and Mr. Martinez in the Technology Communications Department. It's really nice to see. So we definitely do see why those numbers are getting better, and hopefully we'll continue to make them improve every year. All right, thank you. Any other comments, questions? Mr. Trevino?
This is for administration. I know this past year, I believe there was 2 instances where we had parents come up to the podium and talk about bullying and talk about not being heard or administration not getting back to them. You know, and I know we spoke with Dr. Rivera, and, you know, all I can say is try to put out the fires at your level, that way they don't get here to this point here to the public. And, you know, a lot of the times, all the parents want to do is make sure they're acknowledged and make sure their kids are being taken care of. So, you know, that's my only going into this year, and hopefully, and we got to tackle those issues head on. We really have to. And I think that's the only way we can minimize or decrease the bullying occurring. It's occurring out there, and unfortunately now a lot of it's through social media. And, you know, you guys are the ones that are dealing with it on a daily basis. So all we can ask you from up here is please take care of it at your level. Don't let it get up here to us, because it's not a good feeling for us to sit here, you know, and then we gotta ask Dr. Rivera or have him talk to you guys, but it's not a good feeling for any of us sitting up here. Take care of it at your level going into this year, please. Okay.
Thank you, Trustee Trevino. Trustee Nieto, you already gave some comments.
You know, well, maybe I know with that, a lot of times the high school principals or middle school principals or other principals, they always, if a teacher's having difficulty or it's a pattern, like somebody mentioned, that it's a pattern that the same teacher provides a referral, the administrations meet with the teacher also to make sure that, especially at the beginning of school, I used to tell them, the first 6 weeks is very important. After the first 6 weeks, you know who is going to be late, who's going to not turn in their work, who's going to be bullied, and so forth. And I think the administration does a very good job on that. It just, hopefully this year, we'll lessen the number of fights.
Yeah. Trustee De Los Santos,
The goal really is cut them in half.
Right.
cut him in half.
That's the plan
No.
that we have.
Yeah, just the same comments I've made. The data doesn't lie, and they've been improving and making a very safe environment for our kids in our community, and they've been doing a great job academically. There's a lot of people that leveled up as far as grades, letter grades and whatnot, so just wish you the best for 24-25. So,
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, everything's good, but there's always room for improvement, right? So we definitely focus on that. But thank you so much. All right, if there are any further questions, comments, we'll go ahead and go to item 10, which is discussion and possible action for the Board of Trustees to consider the approval of the Lone Star Governance Board monitoring calendar for July and August of 2024. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. So the motion was made by Mr. Castillo and a second by Mr. Trevino to approve the board monitoring calendar. We'll go ahead and take it to a vote. Trustee Rodriguez? Trustee Cuellar? Trustee Castillo? Trustee Trevino?
Aye.
Trustee Nieto.
Aye.
Trustee De Los Santos? Okay, motion passes. We'll go on to item 11, the consent items, and Dr.
Yes.
Rivera?
Can we pull for right now 11K1?
Okay,
We have the wrong number on the update, so I'll bring it back next month.
okay, we'll go ahead.
11K1.
We'll go ahead and pull 11K1. We've all had time to look over the consent agenda, and it is also online on Board Book through our Weslaco ISD website, in case anybody is wondering what they are, or they want to read about information about these items. You can go online and look through these consent agenda items. I'll go ahead and call to see if anybody wants to pull anything else out. Trustee Rodriguez?
I have none.
Trustee Cuellar?
None.
Trustee Castillo?
None.
Trustee Trevino?
None.
Nieto? De Los Santos? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve consent agenda?
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take it to a vote. Trustee Rodriguez?
Aye.
Trustee Cuellar?
Aye.
Trustee Castillo?
Aye.
Trustee Trevino?
Aye.
Trustee Nieto?
Aye.
Trustee De Los Santos?
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll move on to item 12, discussion items. 12A is the update on trainings, conferences, events, and consider future agenda item requests by the Board of Trustees.
I have a comment or a question on 12A, if that's okay. Dr. Rivera and the entire board I know we've talked about this before, but can we look into, the filing deadline for candidates for school board is on Monday. Once that's finalized, can we ask the candidates to schedule a Lone Star governance training for them? Just so, we're at least gonna have one new trustee, right? So whoever that person is could hit the ground running as far as kind of our governance framework.
Would it be part of a refresher though, or like a whole new thing?
I think it's once they're
Yeah, once they're finalized.
finalized.
Yes.
Maybe we can talk to Dr. Ramos to see what kind of training is offered.
Prior to the election or after?
I say prior.
I remember he said we have to train whoever's upcoming to kind of get in the gist of things. So, yeah, we need to schedule one for whoever signed up to run a.
Okay.
So we can ask Dr. Ramos to see.
I mean, it's just something to consider, because I think,
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of LSG. It's a community thing. We all work together, so we need to schedule something once after the 19th.
Yeah, no, sounds good.
okay.
Yeah,
So we'll talk to Dr. Ramos maybe and ask
ask
him.
Dr. Ramos if he's done it before, or if he,
Yeah.
and then we can do.
Yeah, if he has something in place already.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
We can follow up.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Doctor, on the
Yes,
updates?
on August the 20th, on the backup, it's a special meeting for 3 grievances on August the 20th. And you have the 3
What date does that
names.
fall on?
August 20th? Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
I might have class, but I'll check. But it's okay. I'll ask my
And then
professor.
the second one is the training, the Lone Star. And the dates are September the 4th through September 24th.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 dates. September the 4th, September 24th, or September 25th? That's the one we canceled last week,
The refresher.
the refresher.
Okay.
It's just one day, right, or is it 2 days?
It's one half day.
Oh,
It's
okay.
4 hours.
Even better.
Just a refresher.
So 3 dates, if you all can let Yvette know which is better for you?
Can she send a poll like
Yes.
she usually does? Okay.
Yes.
And for right now, the only day that I will be available will be on Tuesday.
Okay.
Wednesday and Thursday I can't, or Saturday, like had the other one, I'll be available.
Okay.
So just an
Tuesdays.
FYI.
Okay.
Yes, if possible.
Okay.
We'll make it work.
We'll have Yvette poll the board.
Okay.
You're available on Tuesday or Saturday, sir?
Yes.
Okay. I've been asking for a couple of months, and football season is about to start. But I know I had mentioned this golden pass. Don't leave, Mr. Rodriguez, the question is for you. So that golden pass about, allowing the senior citizens to come in to like football games or other events like that for the school. Are we able to do something like that with the golden pass? No, I can't hear you.
So we're gonna implement something, but not for varsity football.
Okay.
Do it for every other sport, varsity football, it's all different criteria. But we are planning to get a pass for, a senior pass, any sport that they want to attend, non-football varsity, +1.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. They're gonna wanna go see those awesome lights, though, so hopefully they'll be there. They look so nice.
They're ready to go.
There, yeah, we saw it on.
I saw them blinking last night driving home.
All right, anybody else have any, requests or anything? Okay. So we don't need to vote on that. What letter were we on again?
Now we're on 13.
Action.
We're on 13 now. I don't have too many notes. All right, discussion and possible action. We go to 13A, Maintenance and Operations Department. We have 13A, discussion and possible action for the Board of Trustees to consider approval of a procurement method of construction for the Weslaco High School and Weslaco East High School new baseball and softball field scoreboard project as follows. And we have three items here. Board of Trustees determination of a procurement method of construction. Then we have number 2, Board of Trustees determination to retain the authority to rank the proposals or to give the delegation their authority to the administration to rank the proposals. And then number 3, the approval of the criteria and points to be used for ranking the proposals. Do I have a motion for all 3?
I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation from the administration to select competitive seal proposals as the procurement method for the construction that will provide the best value to the district, to delegate the authority to rank the proposals to the administration, and to approve the ranking proposals presented to the board for the solicitation.
Second that.
Okay. We got it? Are we all good with that? Okay. Any discussion? Anything? Okay, go ahead and take it to a vote. Trustee Rodriguez?
Aye.
Trustee Cuellar?
Aye.
Trustee Castillo?
Aye.
Trustee Trevino?
Aye.
Trustee Nieto.
Aye.
Trustee De Los Santos?
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll move on to item 13A2, discussion and possible action for the Board of Trustees to consider approval on the administration's recommendation of a firm to provide engineering services for the Weslaco High School and Weslaco East High School new baseball and softball field scoreboard project. Dr. Rivera?
Recommending Robert Kishner to do the work.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All right. Any discussion, questions, comments? Okay, we'll just do this quickly. Everybody who agrees, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. I'm learning still after 2 years. All right, next we go to number 14, closed meeting to discuss 14A, personnel matters. 14A1, Human Resources Department. 14A1A, discussion regarding superintendent's recommendation of certified personnel and non-contractual personnel. 14A1B, discussion regarding superintendent's recommendation on resignations, retirements of certified professional and non-contractual personnel. 15, consultation with attorney regarding A, discussion on litigation. A1, discussion on pending litigation and/or claim. A2, discussion on the investigation findings and a recommendation based on the investigation findings that were conducted as per the Level 3 grievance held on June 18, 2024, JD. 15B, pending or contemplated litigation. 15C, settlement offer. Or 15D, a matter in which the duty of the attorney of the Weslaco Independent School District under the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. It is now 6:45 p.m. and we will meet in closed session. And if y'all are leaving, have a good night. :45 p.m. and we reconvene in open meeting. We're going to go over to 16A, possible action if necessary on items discussed in closed meeting. We have 16B, discussion and possible action regarding superintendent's recommendation on employment of certified personnel and non-contractual personnel. And we'll just go ahead and do C, also discussion and possible action regarding superintendent's recommendation on resignations, retirements of certified professional and non-contractual personnel. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Okay, a second?
Second?
All right. Instead of taking a vote one by one, let's just all, do you agree? Say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. 16D, possible action on litigation. We have 16D1, possible action on pending litigation and/or claim.
That's discussion in closed session.
Okay? And then, well, let me just read 16D2, possible action on the investigation conducted as per the Level 3 grievance held on June 18, 2024, JD. So do we make two motions here or what? Isn't that the same thing?
I don't think there's any action required
No?
on the,
Possible action, it says.
not on the, that one, but on
On the second one?
the first one.
On the first one.
The claim.
Yeah, the claim, that was just informational.
Yes.
Okay,
And then 2 is the
wait,
one
I'm here.
that, action.
Possible action.
On which, okay.
On
you're
the second one,
So you're on
that's what I'm
16D2.
Yeah,
We do
16D, not the
discussion?
first one, second one.
Okay, I'll go ahead and make the motion and then we could have discussion.
Okay, well, the motion is for 16D2.
Yes, Madam Board President, members of the board, this is a continuation of the Level 3 grievance that was held on June 18th. As a reminder, the board had requested that our legal counsel conduct an investigation into the allegations of both parties. And that presentation and investigation has been, that investigation has been presented to the board. And I make a motion for the board to accept the advice of counsel and the recommendation of the superintendent to reinstate Coach Davis to his position that he was removed from, and to review the additional issues that were identified in the investigation by legal counsel.
Second.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take it to discussion and
I just
comments.
wanted to be on the record that, like I said, we, as a board, we've all came to a decision where we said a long time ago that we wanted to give everyone equal opportunity. And so in this situation for the Level 3 grievance in session 1, we asked legal counsel to go ahead and look at the claims and allegations by both parties. And that was done and a report was made. It's a report that is clearing Coach Davis's name because there were false allegations that were made against him. And being in education for 20 years, I just want to state on the record that I have never seen such a report. It's something that it really hurts me to read something like that, because as staff, we were supposed to be a family. As staff, we were supposed to take care of each other, love each other, and have each other's back, and then that should translate down to our students and our kids. And what I read in there, and this is from the reading and the findings, I said it was very disappointing. And Coach Davis is clear of any and all wrongdoing. And I could only just imagine what he's gone through this whole process, you know, because I saw him here in that grievance. I saw the condition that he was in and the worry that he's in. But then I also read all the statements from his kids about how they loved him and they cared about him and that he was a great coach. And his record speaks for itself. So it's very disappointing. And I said, and we set the precedent here because we're not only supposed to take care of kids, we're supposed to take care of staff. So I know that there's still pending, there's still going to be a pending review of the report and still actions to be taken. But I just wanted to make sure that I put that on the record and make sure that people know very clear that Coach Davis is a good academic instructor and that he's also a good coach. And it's defined by his kids and their parents and his teams and the teams that he covers in his track record. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Los Santos. Coach Cuellar?
No, I agree with Mr. Dos Santos. It was
I have a comment.
very interesting, to say the least, you know, what's going on. But anyways,
I concur with Mr. Los Santos, and I know in closed session we discussed it, and I know that Dr. Rivera will follow up on what we asked him, and everything will turn out for the best.
And I agree as well, and that's why I included in the motion to continue the review of the other additional issues that were brought to our attention in that investigation.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm in agreement too, and thanks Eloy Sepulveda and his staff for a thorough investigation. Thank you.
Very good report.
Okay, so we have the motion and we have a second already, right? So whoever wants to vote in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. That takes us to item number 17, adjournment. So move. It is 7:50 PM and we are adjourned.